princess baby. Just went and picked you up from your sleepover. Okay, as I was ranting before, is that there's a lot of bullshit going on with Canadian politics now. And it mainly has to do with that fucking communist conservative leader, little Petey, Pierre Polyev, or whatever the fuck his name is. The guy that keeps lying like a fucking rug. Now, little Pete gets paid from Russia, or he has a lot of influencers that fucking support the communist conservatives that are supported by Russian bots and Russian activists. Little Pete doesn't want to take any kind of, get any special security clearance, because then he would have to acknowledge, formally and officially acknowledge that he knows that he's accepting Russian kickbacks. And do we really want American politics here in Canada? Because that's all the communist conservatives are fucking doing. Look at each province that they're in charge of, and they're trying to privatize healthcare, which is strictly un-Canadian and totally an American policy and an American situation. Now, as I ask any Canadian that's listening to this right now, do you want to go into bankruptcy for a broken finger like they do in the United States of America? Do you want to go bankrupt or face bankruptcy because your child is sick and the communist conservatives want to sell Canada out to be in another Nazi American state where the citizens have to pay for health care? And all you old age people, the last billion of conservatism, the very fact that there's a reason there's a Trump is because of seniors. Now, you seniors, do you want to go back to work? Do you want to have to live in a rooming house with crackheads and everything? Because the conservatives will take your old age pensions and cut it down. Those are the same people you want to vote for. Now this is the word to all. Listen, this is to all my low income peeps, yo. The ones that are on welfare, the ones that are on disability, the ones that are on UI, all the ones that we're just struggling to get by. We're struggling to survive. I need you to man up and to nut up and go out and vote, and do not vote for the conservatives. Because if you depend on the CCR payments that Trudeau has given us low incomes, that's $200 every 3 months that we depend on. And if the conservatives get their way, that'll be the first thing they take off the table. They will take that money that is given, that Trudeau gave to us to survive, and they will take that and give that CCR payment, your $200, to some rich, entitled conservative donor, to some oil company, to some gun manufacturer, to some Americanized GOP member to come up here and speak, to some right-wing alt to come up here, like that fucking little goof, little Tucky Carlson, to come up here and do a speaking engagement for them. Do you want that? That $200 every 3 months helps you. Do you want to go and vote for the conservatives and put that money into some fucking rich, white, entitled fucking conservative donor? No. I hope not, at least. And to all you natives, to every native out there of age, you all need to fucking nut up and vote. And shut your fucking holes about Trudeau and fucking all that shit. Under Harper, we lost fucking more than half our benefits. As poor people, under Harper and the Conservatives, they slashed our benefits down to next to nothing. So, I need the natives, I need the poors, I need the ex-criminals, I need everybody that fucking is overlooked, outcasted, an oddball that's been falling through the cracks to go and vote fucking against the Conservatives. Vote the Greens, vote orange, vote red. Just don't vote blue for communist conservatives. They will turn Canada into another state, and you can already see it. Here in Alberta, Danielle Smith has already turned over all health care to some crazy Christian fucking convert, fucking where these fucking white Nazi Christians are making decisions against whatever. These are the same Christians that slaughtered, raped, and murdered Native children. These are the same Christians, Catholics, that decided to sterilize Native women and men. These are the same Christians that have committed genocide towards the Native people. These are the same people that said they want to kill the Native in the kid, and instead of doing that, they just killed the kid. That's the convert medical that Danielle Smith handed over. She wants to privatize healthcare. She's already changing Alberta human rights laws here to benefit more white people and rich people. They've already KK Kenny even changed the curriculum here in Alberta to match the American state's education. You can't talk about residential schooling. You can't talk about scooped. You can't talk about slavery. And that's happening in every province that a fucking communist conservative is fucking premier of. Every fucking province. Look at fucking Rob Ford and his bullshit, what he's done to Ontario and how fucked up that shithole's turned into because of a fat crackhead, fucking piece of shit, fucking Nazi, fucking Trump wannabe, fucking clown Ford. The Ford family need to be run out of Canada immediately. Pierre Poilievre, who's fucking from Montreal, from the same fucking area from fucking Trudeau, has always been jealous of Trudeau. Now, he's a little clown. He's been a government welfare recipient his whole entire life. He's never worked a fucking job in his life. Never delivered a newspaper, never worked at McDonald's, never did any construction work, never did any janitor work, never did anything. He was just a welfare recipient. Now, what's the difference between him and the poor people on the streets that collect welfare, such as me? I'm on disability. I can't work because the conservatives beat me and abused me and did whatever to me and broke my back and screwed me up. What's Pierre Poilievre's fucking excuse why he won't work? He's too good to work? He's too important to work? His mommy told him he didn't have to work because he's too special? Now, you might all be saying, oh, you're a Trudeau fucking fan and what this and that. I am a scooped survivor, as it says, and as I always say, Pierre Trudeau's daddy is the one that fucking told the Catholic Church to hold his beer, and he'd show how it's done. And by that I mean residential schools were run by Catholics and Christians, and they slaughtered and raped and committed genocide on Native children. Well, they weren't doing the job good enough, so Pierre Trudeau signed in the scooped policy where the government took over from the churches and took children, Native children, from their families, from their homes, their protective services only to beat, rape them, and do the same things that the churches were doing to them. That's Pierre Trudeau's legacy. Trudeau, his son, tried to fucking placate that by fucking settling and everything, but that's the Trudeau's legacy right there. For every native will remember Trudeau and Trudeau's legacy. Yes, Trudeau promised fresh water for every reserve. Has he committed to it? No. Is he as bad as Pierre Poilievre or Harper or fucking, is he as bad as that fucking fucktard goof, Chrétien, or that fucking goof, that other goof, Mulroney? Chrétien lied and fucking, right when he was elected, went back on every election promise he did. Trudeau, at least, he did something. He tried. And you got to give him credit for that. But he is past his prime. He needs to go. But his arrogance and his ego won't let him fucking do what's best for Canada and Canadians. He will always do what's best for Trudeau. Like his cunt mommy did. Like his cunt wife did. Oh, we don't hire nannies and they got 3 nannies. Like his cunt mommy taking $250,000 speaking engagement. Trudeau's will always do what the Trudeaus will do, and they will give out the crumbs to the people. Conservatives will do what's good for them, and they will say, fuck the people. Go back to Harper's years. Go back to Pierre. What has Pierre Poilievre or the Conservatives ever done? Think about that. And then think about if that fucking CCR payment helps you. And then think about the fact that the Conservatives are going to give that to rich donors. Old age people, you're in your old age, you deserve to retire. Pierre Poilievre and the Conservatives will take that away from you. Natives, you know, every time Conservatives fucking end power, they always target natives. Poor people, ditto for fucking poor people. So, do the right thing. Let's keep Canada, Canada, and let's keep the American politics back in that shithole south of us. And let's flush this fucking bullshit, and let's get back to being Canadian.